Alright, so here is my Machina Infinitrack Trains deck profile coming up for you. Um, this deck is just basically go second OTK. It has very good potential in the metagame right now. It is 100% rogue or just other, whatever you want to call it. But basically, what this deck is based around is getting out one of your rank 10 machines, getting into Libe, and then just murdering them. So starting off with our monsters, we're playing 3 Night Express Knight. It's just a normal summon level 10. Um, I think that's kind of funny that it's just a level 10 that can normal summon itself, because it breaks like Yu-Gi-Oh rules, ruling and stuff. But it doesn't matter. It's really cool because it's a level 10. It's really good for revolving switchyard, which this and Night Express Knight can make basically one card OTK as long as they have a couple of monsters, or two card OTK. But we do play 2 Citadel. This is like our ace in the hole. It's really great. Um, it summons itself from the dead, or from the graveyard, when Earth Machine monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect. So literally any of your monsters in the deck, if it's destroyed by a battle or card effect, it just summons itself back from the grave. Triple Express Bullet Train. Same thing with triple Heavy Freight Train Durricane. These are our extenders. This summons itself from the hand if you control an Earth, and this summons itself from the hand when you normal or special summon an Earth machine. Um, Level 10, really good for going into our rank up or our rank up plays and stuff like that. One Irradiator and Aerator. This is just easier to help with our Citadel plays, and they're also just Machina names. Two Fortress. This is just a generic card. Like I see people playing the cannon over Fortress, but I think that Fortress is a better play because um, literally any discard, any other machine in the deck, you can discard it and basically just summon it from the dead, and it's not a once per turn, and it can be summoned from the graveyard um, or your hand. So it's just a really good utility card. It's really good for your Appaloosa Scrap Wyvern plays. One scrap golem, speaking of scraps, this summons back your scrap monsters from the graveyard. This is only a one of. We do not want to see this in our opening hands. Same thing with Tunneler and same thing with Crab Crane. These are just for our Brutal Dozer and Harvester plays. This is most likely just going to be summoned from deck or sent to the graveyard. And this is just here to search our Outrigger extension. Speaking of Infinitrack, we're playing Triple Brute. I almost said Brutal Dozer. Infinitrack Brutal Dozer. Or, sorry, I saw this and I thought it was wrong, but then I saw this and I thought it was right. Um, so yeah, Triple Infinitrack Brutal Dozer. Brutal Dozer is really great for the deck. It extends, it locks you into Earth Machines, which is a little hard. Because then you can't go into Appaloosa, then you can't go into like Hope Harbinger, which Hope Harbinger rarely comes up, but if you can make it, you definitely want to make it. But then you also can't get an Anter-Blathner. Oh my goodness, I can't speak. Or go into your any of like your Link monsters basically, besides Anger Knuckle and Wyvern. Um, I mean, you could go into Goliath, but that's the whole point. Goliath is a really good card, but we'll talk about that later. We do play one Flying Pegasus or Railroad Stampede. This is our extender with Revolving Switchyard. It's a really great card because it summons monsters back from the graveyard, and it can turn its level or another monster you control's level into the level of one of the monsters. So it's really good for Xyz's plays. Like if you go through like your this card combo, right, and you have like a Infinitrack play you want to go through, you can tribute the card, or not Express Knight, or the other level 10 that you didn't summon off Switchyard, and then make Flying Pegasus Railroad Stampede a level 5 along with your Infinitrack. Then you can go into your Infinitrack plays if you want, but that's not really what the deck focuses on. We do play one Machina Possessed Storage, or Machina, whatever you want to call it. Um, the correct pronunciation is Machina, because that is what you would call it in Japanese. We play 3 Scrap Recycler. There's not any reason to not play this. This card is the best starter, it's the best extender, it's the best Garnet, it's the best just card in the deck. Probably the best. Yeah, it's just a really great card. This is just a staple in the deck. It's really, really good. We do play 1 Harvester to round off our normal summons and pretty much monsters that you want to see in your hand. You do want to see Harvester, but you don't want to see it like so much that you want to play more than just 1. You can play 2 if you want, but then that means you would have to cut off on something like Possess Storage or Scrap Recycler or another normal summon like Night Express Knight, which then takes away from other packages, making your Infinitrack package stronger, which we already have enough Infinitrack bricks in the deck anyways. We don't want to have more normal summons when we already have a bunch. Um, we do play 2 Effect Veiler. This can be Ash, this can be Ghost Spell, this can be Ghost Ogre. I just enjoy Effect Veiler because it's really cheap and just a really good hand trap in general. Um, 1 Foolish Burial. This can start our plays and it can end our plays. It's an extender, it's a starter. It's basically just a non-monster copy of Scrap Recycler. Excuse me, sorry. We play 3 Redeployment. This card is broken for the deck. It helps you with graveyard setup. It helps you with searching out your cards that you need, aka Fortress. Fortress is probably the card you're going to search off of it, or one of these 2 extenders, or even Citadel. I would probably, I mean, if you have this in like Scrap Recycler, that's a 2 card 4 interruption board. And we also play Outrigger Extension. This is a Garnet in the deck. Like, it's not a brick, because if you get it with your Infinitrack plays, if you get it with your Infinitrack plays, it extends, and you can use your Infinitrack River Stormers effect for something else, like sending Citadel, or adding any of your Earth Machine monsters, instead of wasting it on just grabbing Crab Crane. We play 3 Revolving Switchyards. This card is another part of a 2-card combo. This deck has a lot of 2-card like variation combos, like this at Night Express Knight, or uh, this or Scrap Recycler and Redeployment, or even stuff like Durricane and Night Express Knight, or Durricane and just any Irradiator or something. This deck is really reliant on a couple of different cards, like Scrap Recycler. This is a card that this deck is really reliant on. Which, speaking of which, Scrap Recycler just came out, I think, in Blazing Vortex, which is going to be extremely good for the deck. We get to play 9 copies of Scrap Recycler, essentially, because we play 3 Scrap Raptor and then 3 Fossil Dig, which can search a Scrap Raptor. I'll probably give you guys a updated version of the deck later. But yeah, Revolving Switchyard, it can also give you graveyard setup or search any of your level 10 Earth machines. we just play more disruption, added disruption. You can just switch these 5 for any hand trap of your choice, or any counter trap of your choice, whatever fits your budget. Extra deck, I didn't put a side deck here, but essentially you're just gonna want to play 3 Ash, 3 Ghost Ogre, 3 Ghost Spell, 2 Nibiru, 1 Machina. What's the Machina trap here? The Machina trap, Overdrive, and that side deck. It rarely comes up, but Overdrive is a very useful card. And then just stuff like Triple Lance, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, that's it for the main deck. Side deck or extra deck, we play 1 Goliath. This is for our Infinitrack plays. It's a really great Link 1, and it's just a really great card. 1 FA Shining Star GT. This is just a generic Link 2 for any of your 2 machine monsters. There's not any really combo pieces that you're going to even do with this. It's just a way to get monsters off of the field. 2 Anger Knuckle. This is basically the exact same reason, except it helps. This one actually gives you plays. If you want, you can just play triple, double head, Anger Knuckle if you wanted. But I like Shining Star GT because it Makes it so neither player takes battle damage from attacks involving it. So you basically get like your version of like a Link Karibo basically. But two Anger Knuckle, this can revive back any of your uh, level 10 Earth machines, and it's just a really good card. One Scrap Wyvern, this card is amazing. This card is perfect for a 2-card combo. It summons a scrap from grave and then destroys a card on the field, and then if a scrap's destroyed, it summons a scrap from deck and then destroys a card on the field. And then usually you're going to be summoning Golem, which that can then summon back Recycler. And then since Scrap Recycler was destroyed before, this can trigger Citadel, which can summon itself from the grave. Link all of them into Appaloosa, which is our next card, Appaloosa. Oh, and Deco Talker. Deco Talker rarely comes up. I probably would just take it out of the deck for a third copy of Anger Knuckle. But this card's a really good card just in general. It's really good for just your Omni negates, basically. If you just have 3 random cards, like if your opponent's playing like Dustins or like Geometrio Turbo or something weird, then you can just link them off for Decode. It's just a really good card in general, though. Appaloosa, I already talked about it. Negates, just a really good card. And for our Xyz monsters, we're playing River Stormer, Mountain Smasher. These two are just really great cards for our 2-card or for our combos or Infinitrack plays, because this card can get you to any Earth machine. You link it into Goliath, then you can get into your Mountain Smasher. Usually though, you're gonna go like this. You're gonna summon Brutodozer. Brutodozer is gonna summon Tunneler. Exceeds them into River Stormer. Activate River Stormer. Gonna add you Crab Crane. Tribute your River Stormer for Crab Crane. Crab Crane's secondary effect is gonna banish your Brutodozer, and then it's going to add you Outrigger Extension. Activate this. Link off your I almost said Cancer Crane, but Crab Crane into Goliath, and then you activate the effect of River Stormer, just summons itself, tribute Goliath. Goliath's effect's going to attach itself to River Stormer. Then you activate Outrigger Extension to put your Colossus on top of River Stormer. Gives it the good old suck. Mountain Smasher is a great card. It gains attack, but basically we're only going to be using it to get to our Ander Blithner, because we're hopefully going to have Libe on the field beforehand, and Libe just makes it so you can't attack with other monsters if you activate its effect to gain 2,000 attack. So, which is why we're going to want to get this, which can banish it's a non-target banish 1 card your opponent controls, 1 random card in your opponent's hand, or in the graveyard, or banish top card of their opponent's deck face up. So, these 3 cards are just all work together in general here. They're just supposed to all work together. I mean, you could also play the rank 9 Infinitrack card. The I can't spell. The it's like the here we go. The Earth Slicer. This card's great. It can give you multiple pops, but I like this one because it can stay on the field, and then it can just keep banishing cards out of your opponent's hand or on their field. This is a great card though. You can replace this with this if you want, but I would just keep. I like the way that the build this is. Hope Harbinger in case you get both of your level 8s on the board. I doubt it. It's easy to do though, so you could just slap down Hope Harbinger if you can't. Go through your other combos. 2, Gustav Max. This card is great for your combos. It burns your opponent for 2,000, and then it gets Libe on the field. Same thing with Super Dora. Dora the Explorer. No. But basically this card, it protects itself, and then you just use it for summon of Libe. And then that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's the deck profile, and I will see you later.